Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Miniature Mashup. Today I'm going to take my shot at the Western Legends cowboy cart from the Dollar Tree. Now this particular project has been done by other YouTubers, Blanco and others. Blanco did a pretty basic job on it. He just gave it an ink wash, and that's about it, and took some stuff off it. I'm going to take it a lot further today. Let's see what we can do with this if we really try. First thing I'm going to do after taking all the excess bits off of it is wash it. I started washing every single miniature, little detergent, pop it in the sink with a little toothbrush scrub. After I started painting bones, I just started doing my first bones a couple months ago, and they require washing, and you know, I think it's just such a quick and easy step. There's probably some kind of mold releasing agent on this cheap plastic product. Why risk painting over that? It has these really gross peg holes inside the cart that make it look very manufactured. I'm going to cover those up with some jumbo craft sticks, but first I'm going to gouge them so that they match the texture of the cart itself. So it's got that beat up wood look. It's a little cartoony on the cart, so we're going to go for the same effect. You just take a wood gouging tool and just run it repeatedly over the jumbo craft stick. And it's very, you know, Flintstone-y, cartoony wood look, but it definitely gets the job done, and it gives us a pretty good match with the cart's texture. And then I'm just going to eyeball about how wide I want this to be. This is going to give us a place for miniatures to stand and interact on the cart, so we can have a couple of guys up front sitting on the cart, or standing since miniatures don't actually sit. I'm just going to cut this craft stick with some wire cutters. Gives us a nice clean cut. And once you have those cut, you're also going to need to cut the guy's little butt plug that the driver was sitting on, because that's going to stick up a little too much. We're just going to trim that down. No need to remove it completely. And then we're going to hot glue our newly textured craft sticks down onto the cart, covering up those 4 peg posts on the front and the back. There we go. Just press that down. Be careful not to burn yourself. Hold that in place. It only takes a couple seconds to dry. And as you can see, the cart already looks quite a bit better with those peg posts covered up. Now I'm going to take some barbecue skewers from Walmart or the dollar store. You can get these. And I'm just going to eyeball the height I want. Once I measure that out on the first one, I'm going to clip them, and then I'm going to just cut the same length 4 more times. I'm going to want 4 of these posts for our cart. We did take the wagon cover that it came with. It was sort of a very cheesy plastic, a Wild West cover. We're going to make a cover of carnival style cart here. I'm going to put these posts in with hot glue as well, just a little bit to sort of anchor it in the first place. Then I put a little more hot glue on, and I spread it up along the length just to add the length of the post, just to add a little extra strength to it. All 4 of those, and we're going to make sure that it's nice and square and everything's kind of even and parallel after every one, because you know, you don't want to try to replace one once you've put them all in. If you do them, if you sort of check them for level and everything as you go, then you're not sort of working around your work if you need to pull one out and put it back in. And it already sort of looks like something once you start putting those posts in, doesn't it? Now, I'm going to take a paper towel that I've got here. I'm just going to cut out a piece and try to eyeball what it would look like with this paper towel. Get an idea of what it's going to look like on the side here. I'm just going to do coverings on the side. I'm not going to put anything on the top because I want to be able to sort of get into that cart and put people in that cart, and if there's a roof on there, that's going to be difficult. Now I'm going to take that paper towel, I'm going to dip it in some water, and then I'm going to take some white PVA glue. I'm going to get that PVA glue all up in that paper towel piece that I've cut out, spread it in there real good, and then I'm going to drape it over two of my posts here. And that's going to be a little wider. Seems to have expanded a bit with the water, but that's quite okay. We're just going to take that excess that's on the sides, and we're going to wrap that around the back. So we're going to wrap that into the inside, and it has quite a very realistic look. I mean, that's exactly how you would hang something like that. I don't know, when it's finished, you'll see it looks quite nice. And we're just sort of wrapping that extra paper towel around the inside. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side of the cart. We're just going to have level of coverage going on both sides. The bits that we've wrapped around, I'm just going to seal that up with a little extra PVA glue. I'm just going to put that on there just to make sure that in the drying process that doesn't come undone. Once it's all put together, I'm going to hit it with a coat of gray spray primer. Don't want to go too dark, don't want to go black. I've got the gray here. And then we're going to base coat it in a lot of brown. This cart's largely going to be various shades of brown. Start with dark umber for the base, successive coats of lighter colors of brown on top of that for highlights. As far as the covering goes, I'm going to work a nice little yellow to red gradient, starting with yellow on the inside, and then I'm going to do some freehand. We also want to have a couple horses to pull this. These are safari horses from the Horses Tube that I've got, and I've made some bases for them out of some lids from some Sunreed raisin boxes. I just E6000 them onto the base. I coat the base with a little white PVA glue, dip it in some craft sand, scrape away any excess sand off of their feet, and I'm also going to hit them with some gray primer. I'm going to paint them up as well, a little fantastically, a little... I'm not going really for realism with these horses. I kind of want them to match the sort of vibrant colors that are going into our covering on our cart. The freehand I went with was for Helm. That's my my PC Priest of Helm right now. He does a lot of work within a city, and I think if he traveled around on a cart, a lot of the times he delivers bread to some of the poorer sections of Waterdeep. I think he'd want people to know who he was and what he was there to do, and to know that they could reach out to him. He was available, so he's going to advertise, basically, on his cart. I think it looks pretty cool. I know some of you really missed the crafts, and I was getting a little burned out on the animation. I hope you enjoyed it. If I make any more crafts in the near future, of course, I'll also make videos out of those. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider going to the GoFundMe below. This coming Friday, I'm going to be giving out one last Bones miniature. The promotional contest of having people go to the Facebook page hasn't been quite as successful as I'd like it to be, so we're going to discontinue that contest for now. I want to promote the channel more. I'd love to get more subscribers, so guys, if you have any ideas, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm certainly open to them. Alright, that's it for me, Miniature Mashup, or I'll see you next time.